as a parent, I became a dad a bit later in life. I was, I believe, 30. I was like 38, 39 when I had just turned 39 when my son was born, and it was our first child. And I had absorbed all this information from friends about parenting. I knew it was going to be joyful. I knew it was going to be stressful, but nothing really prepares you for it, until you're actually there. And I had a lot of those really joyful moments. Just there's so many firsts, right? When you have a child, like first words, first steps, first day of school, first food that they taste. But then there are also these many, many moments of just uncertainty. And I think that the uncertainty of parenting is one of the, I think, underappreciated sources of stress. Like having to contend with just not knowing what the right thing to do for your child when it comes to education or safety or what foods they eat or their health overall. Like you pile all of those uncertain decisions up over time, and sometimes they can weigh on you. I remember being up so many nights in the middle of the night, just waking up thinking, oh my gosh, I'm worried about like, oh, what is it? What are we supposed to do? Because my son, when he was young, wasn't eating well, right? And we were struggling to get nutrition into him. And I'd be like looking up all kinds of strategies and all kinds of like different formula, like compositions and different things to try to figure out, well, should we be doing something different? Is it us? Is it our fault? And that's a really common experience, right, that parents have. But you go to work the next day, and people don't necessarily know that you've been up till 3 a.m, like trying to search for the right formula for your child, and that you've been worried about it all night long. But you got to figure out just how to make work happen, and that's what parents do every day, all around the country. And I just think that I certainly applaud parents for the incredible way they balance just, work and other responsibilities in the community and family. But I do think that us not understanding more broadly as a society what parents are going through, and not prioritizing enough, getting at the root causes of those stress, I think is not good for parents. It's not good for kids, and it's not good for society, especially when those stress levels and those increase, and when those drivers multiply. And that's what we've really seen during our lifetimes, is that we're having to worry about things for our kids that prior generations didn't necessarily have to, on top of a lot of the old stuff. And I just think that takes a real toll. I'll maybe share one last thing, which I noticed is that I noticed, as much as parents were talking to me about these stresses in their life, a lot of times they were telling me one-on-one. And when they did, like the tone of their voice would go down a little bit, the volume would soften, almost as if they were sharing a secret with me, or they were embarrassed, to seem like they perhaps were falling short as parents. And that was one of those moments where I realized that, hey, as parents, we're not talking enough about this with each other, right? Because there's this incredible accelerated culture of comparison that we're living in right now. That's, I think, accelerated in large part by social media and online information that we get. But it's pushing, I think, parents to feel more and more like they've got to get every single thing perfect and right in order to make it as a parent. And that there's a strategy, a 4-point plan, a 10-point plan, a service, a product, whatever, that you can use to optimize your child's health and education and safety. And if you're not doing that, then hey, you're falling short as a parent. And getting that message again and again and again makes you feel like a failure as a parent. And it seems always like everyone on the outside's got to figure it out, and you're the only parent struggling with it. And so we tend not to talk as much about this with each other. But that's one of the things I think we need to change, because I've realized that the truth is we're all kind of struggling, as parents, to figure it out. There's no instruction manual here. We're trying to piece it together. And I actually think this is a time where we need to talk with one another and help one another, because that support is just vital, like when you're going through parenting.
Hey friends, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And if you listen to podcasts, you can find Modern Dadhood on Apple, Amazon Music, Stitcher, Spotify, or wherever you might listen.